Now, Stephen, you've been named the second most recognizable man in the US. Bill Cosby came first. Do people recognize you as Patch or Stephen? Or
well, you know, at first they recognized me only as Patch, but, you know, they get out and read the magazines, and over the years they get to know that my name is Stephen Nichols, and pretty much most people know my name.
But does it infringe on your private life? That's kind of a dumb question. It must do.
Well, only a little bit. You know, living in Los Angeles, people are used to seeing celebrities. It's just, it's old hat, you know. So if they see old Patch from the soaps, they, you know, they've already seen Paul, you know, Robert Redford or somebody. You know, they don't care. But, you know, and they're pretty shy about coming up, except at amusement parks. If I go to Disneyland with my family or something, I have to, you know, I'm in for.
My son said,
can I have a picture and an autograph?
What are all these people doing here? What do they want? Who's this
Yeah,
Kayla,
kids,
anyway?
the way they react to it. Oh, man.
And then it got to the point where might we be somewhere, people would be looking at us, and someone said, she is Kayla. You know?
Yeah.
They don't. They know you from the supermarket or something.
My kids get very irritated by it.
They
and,
do.
You know, and I sympathize with that. I mean, we're a family out at an amusement park trying to just live like a normal family and have a good time.
And these people are taking Daddy away.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Karen, now in the audience, you're an area captain for the Stephen Nichols Network. What do you think about meeting Stephen in the flesh, or seeing him in the flesh?
I was very excited and very nervous yesterday.
Yes, what about now? That's just...
I'm still very nervous.
She's a great lady.
And you're obviously glad to be here.
Yes.
It's just the nerves that are suppressing your natural effervescence.
That's why she can't speak.
That's why you can't speak. Mary Beth and Stephen, how do you cope with the pressure of recording daily soap?
Well, you kind of get into a groove. You know, it's just, it's a habit. You have to learn 30 pages a night, and I mean, that's what you're given.
It's like a muscle in your brain you have to develop.
You develop it. It's exercise.
If you take time off, it's hard. I finished days actually a year ago and had a baby this last year, and I went to General Hospital, and when I went there, it took me a month before I could remember again, because it gets to where you can just kind of briefly look it over, the 30 pages in the morning, and shoot it by 2 o'clock. And after being off a year, for, you know, 2 nights before, I'm struggling trying to learn them, and I'm back up to speed now.
Did you breastfeed?
Yeah, you know, I think it is lactation or
what's
something.
my name?
Very, very true. And when I stopped, I sort of snapped out of it, you know, and started feeling normal again. But I said to my husband, you know, I think I'm back.
All right, and we'll be back with more Patch and Kayla very soon after this. Back with Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols. Patch and Kayla from Days of Our Lives, as if you didn't know. Stephen, how do you keep fit?
Well, I have a little gym in my upstairs. Actually, it's in my son's room, and he's, you know, he's after me to get the equipment out of there. But now he's 13, and he started working out with me. So he encourages me. He comes to me and he says, "Papa, what body parts are we doing today?" You know, and I got to say, okay, I guess it's time to work out. When I maybe wouldn't do it that day, I'd put it off. But he's into it now. I do that, and my knees are shot, so I can't run anymore. I used to be an avid runner. But now I do, like, step aerobic classes.
All right. And what about you, Mary Beth? Do you do anything to
Well, since I just had a baby, I've just gotten back into it. And actually, I started working with a trainer at home. We have personal trainers. I don't know if you have them here.
I've got a personal fitness.
Yeah. So I just started doing that. It's great. And so I try to do that a couple days a week. And he says, actually, if you ride an exercise bike, not even turned on, just on the lowest possible setting, and you just pedal away and read or whatever for 30 minutes to an hour, and if you do that 3 or 4 times a week, he said you'll be in great shape. So I'm pedaling away. I even did it here in the hotel.
Did you?
Yeah.
You've got one there?
Yeah.
But what about food? Because you're staying in hotels, and I mean that hotel food.
At home, I try to cook really non-fat and eat a lot of chicken and fish and vegetables. And I've been cooking that way for my children from the start, so they're kind of used to eating that way.
I eat very low fat as well.
Because you have to, because what you look like, I mean, that's your living, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, if I weren't an actor, I think I might not be as concerned. You know, I would let myself eat certain things. You know, once in a while, like traveling this time, I'm now concerned that I'm going to go back and weigh 5 pounds more, because you can't always get what you want here or anywhere when you're traveling. But
we go back in time going home, so you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look, I'm sorry to break this up, because we're really having fun here, and that's all we've got time for today. Special thanks to Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols, and good luck for the future, both of you. And thanks to our Rosie, of course, and everyone who took part today.